This is the plaintiff, Christina Elliott. She says the defendant is her husband's daughter, who she bought an iPhone for last Christmas. The deal was she could keep the phone as long as she paid the monthly bill. Well, the defendant fell behind. She had the phone turned off and is now owed $844.44, which the ungrateful defendant refuses to pay. So here they are. This is the defendant, Christina Elliott. She says she agreed to pay the monthly bill, but fell a little behind 1 month, and the plaintiff freaked out. The woman abruptly shut off her phone. She works as a manager at her job. 17 people need to be in contact with her, and she had no choice but to trade the phone in and get a new one with a new plan. She refuses to give the spiteful plaintiff any more money and owes nothing. She's accused of phoning it in with a stepmom. The defendant had his father countersued for $5,000 for unpaid child support she and her father never paid.
All parties, please your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says that the defendant, her stepdaughter, is an ingrate. Plaintiff bought her an iPhone for Christmas. Defendant stopped paying the bill. Now she's on the hook. But the defendant says the plaintiff is heartless and turned the phone off. It's the case of you are so phony.
Thank you, Douglas. Christina Elliott, you are suing your stepdaughter, Annie. How do I pronounce your name? Christina Elliott, for $844.44 that you say she owes you and refuses to repay. You are counterclaiming against your stepmother for $5,000, the statutory maximum in child support. Okay, let's hear from you first. What happened?
Okay, in December, I asked all three of our teenagers, two of my daughters and Anijah, if I got them an iPhone, if they would pay the bill every month. I started working at Verizon, so I got a discount. So I figured it would help them out having less of a bill, and they can all get new phones. So I asked each one of them, I'll pay the taxes on the iPhone if you pay the $63 a month in the bill.
Okay, now the $63 a month was supposed to cover what?
Unlimited talk, text, data, and brand new iPhone 7.
Right. Do you have the bills?
Yes.
Okay, let me see the bills. And was this a plan because you were working for Verizon?
Correct.
Like the rest of us can't get in on this, right?
No.
Okay. All right, and so you started that in December of 2016, correct?
Correct.
All right, and then when did the first thing go wrong and what went wrong? Okay.
I believe it started after the second month.
So by February,
Yeah. Okay. I was texting her like, hey, the phone bill. Every month I would send them a text, everybody on the plan. There's 8 people on my plan. So
why are there 8 people on your plan?
Yeah. So I was trying to help.
Why are there 8 people on your plan?
Well, I was trying to help everybody out. I mean, $63.
To me, all you're doing is creating another reason to fight with your kids. Go ahead.
But I don't. I mean, they actually pay on time every month if you see the...
Okay, now she's your daughter?
Yes.
And you have, how old are you?
18.
And then you have another daughter?
Correct.
All right, and is her father the father?
No.
Okay, but do they get along?
No.
No. Oh, all right. Never mind. All right, so go on.
Okay, so like a week before, I would text everybody and say, hey, don't forget, the bill is due on the 12th of every month.
But you felt like you had to chase her.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because I did.
I mean, because she wouldn't pay at the first of the month?
She wouldn't pay it.
Until, when was she paying?
Well, if you have the thing, it was like sometimes the 18th of the month, the 21st of the month,
Would
the
she pay them
27th
directly?
of the month. Yes.
Okay.
Everybody had their own app on their phone.
Okay. So what was the first month she didn't pay?
June.
I mean, sometimes it was as late as the 28th.
Correct.
Of the month. All right, so then June is the first month she didn't pay, and you tell her you got to pay, and what does she say?
So my mother-in-law was at the house, and it was like 3 weeks now after the bill was due. And I said, Tanya, she said she was actually talking to Anijah, and I said, can you ask her when is she paying the bill? Because, it's been like 3 weeks. So she said that she said she'll pay it when she can. And I said, well, listen, tell her she has till Friday. If she doesn't pay the bill, either give me the phone back or I'm turning it off until she gets paid. So she told me I'm not getting the phone back. And
how did she tell you, through grandmother?
Through a text, yeah.
Oh, do you have the text?
I have it in my phone. Her grandmother like texted to me, but she just like copied and pasted. She didn't like screenshot it to me.
Okay.
Of what she was saying, but I can show it to you if
Let
you
me
want.
see it.
I have the message.
Do you have
the
it up
actual
right now?
screenshot? Yes. My grandmother's in gray.
Friday,
and I'm
why can't she never ask me for herself or my father? They have my number. I mean, I'm on their plan and nothing against you, Grandma. What does that mean?
Because I was saying to my grandmother why I do, because she asked me, I think, the day before that, but I didn't see it until the next day. But if you were trying to reach me
Really? How is it? When my children tell me that, you know, how old are you?
22.
Right, and you're not permanently attached to a phone where you don't see a text
That's Facebook
telling
Messenger.
you that, what?
It's Facebook Messenger, so it's not attached to my phone.
Oh, okay. Now, you guys think Facebook's a dinosaur. Go ahead.
So my grandmother wrote me the day before, but I didn't see it until the next day. And that's why I was saying to her, why didn't Christina or my father contact me?
Because you don't answer.
No, I do answer.
Okay.
They don't contact
But whatever,
me.
I got a better idea. Why do people have to chase you for a bill? At this point, it's the 22nd of June. You know you have a bill, and you haven't paid it on the 1st of June, the 2nd of June, the 3rd of June, the 4th of June. I'm not going to keep going.
Yeah.
Right? You know. So why are you indignantly saying, why don't they call me? Nobody should have to call you. You're an adult. You have responsibilities. You agreed to something. Why didn't you just pay it? So you know you didn't pay it. My question to you is, why didn't you pay it?
I had other stuff prior to that that I had
so
to
you
pay
know,
for.
you know that it's outstanding there. So then she then says, I don't care what they do, but they're not getting the phone back. Honestly, Grandma, no disrespect, but I don't care about them or this phone. She's not getting it back. I will pay it on Friday. She wants to cut it off, cut it off. So when did you cut it off? Did you cut it off before Friday?
I cut it off that day.
That day because of the sass?
Yes, absolutely. My kids don't even talk to me like that. So.
Okay, well, wait, where's your husband?
He's in jail.
So he doesn't really have much to do with this telephone?
No.
He wasn't in jail when this happened, so I'm pretty sure he knows.
Have you talked
about
to him about this?
He called me screaming on the phone before she cut my phone off.
Saying what?
He was saying that, oh, you're not going to be talking to me disrespectful and da-da-da-da-da, and then I just hung up the phone.
It was kind of disrespectful. The person who's doing you a favor and fronting, you know, like a phone in their name.
I told her in the
How much are you paying him your bills and your phone bills before this?
$120 a month.
So in other words,
And I was-
her generosity, including you, she didn't just go to her own kids. She went to you too and said, do you want to have this benefit? And then you can save $60 a month, which you did for a bunch of months. So why are you sending a text? Who's the lady with you?
That's my mom.
Okay. Well, so why are you sending a text to that person or through your grandmother, to upsetting your grandmother, to that person, saying, I don't care what you do, I don't care about them? What else is going on that would cause you to sound kind of ungrateful about it?
So would you buy a phone for your stepson?
Yeah, I would. I actually would.
You know the peril there with money, right?
I do, but you know.
You think kids abuse phones?
Yeah, they do.
You think kids always pay their bill?
No, they don't.
So what are you going to do? You're going to loan him the phone? You're going to buy him the phone?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them the phone. That's on goodwill. This is I
man.
married. I married my.
Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
I wasn't being ungrateful about it. It was just very annoying that they know that I had other situations to handle as far as court, and my father was supposed to be helping me. And when the times that he didn't help me, I had to step in and take it upon myself to handle those situations by myself. So that's why I couldn't
What would
pay
you be
the.
doing if they hadn't helped you and obtained for you a phone that cost
I would be on my
$63
own
instead of
plan.
double that?
I would
Well,
be on my own plan.
Right,
and
and your own plan would be 120. So it sounds to me like somebody's helping you. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Look, I can understand that you have bad feelings in your heart, that you feel like maybe he should do more for. I understand that. I'm not saying that, but translating that into sassing her through your grandmother, what'd that get you? So now you cancel that day, and what happens?
So then Anaisha went on Facebook and wrote a status that said, so my father cut my phone off. He's cheap as blank. I bought another phone an hour later. Now, how about you go finish paying off that phone that I just gave away? Joke's on you and your ugly blank wife. Now, anybody in the Elliott family can send that to them, and I don't care what nobody say. Take it how you want. Just because we blood, that don't make us family, and I mean that.
Okay, may I see that? Did that happen?
Yeah, that's what I did say.
You gave away. Who'd you give away? Did you sell it or did you give it away?
I sold it.
How much did you get for it?
I got another phone and plan in place of that.
Oh, so you put it down as a, okay.
Can I say something? I wasn't the only one who didn't pay their bill.
How is that a defense?
I'm just saying I'm not the only one who didn't pay their bill either. So how am I? It was like she's suing me for personal reasons. You cut my phone off. You knew that you had to pay a certain amount when you cut the phone off. And you cut it off. I told you I was paying it the next day. And the messages it shows between me and my grandmother.
My dear, what you said to somebody who has, and this is the lesson I want you to learn, because you're young and I have a daughter your age. You have your whole life ahead of you. So what you said was, I don't care about them. I don't care what they do. And I'm not giving that phone back.
That was after she said what she said.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, what she said is pay your bill or I'm cutting it off. This is what I'm trying to teach you, because apparently you have not been taught this, and I need you to listen, okay? Because you have your whole life ahead of you. When people have you in their power, whether you like it or not, you are in her power. When they have you in their power, zip it. Tell your grandmother, yes, yes, I'll pay it Friday, so
That's
sorry.
what I said.
No,
That's
no,
the message
no,
it showed.
no, 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 no. It was too late already. You'd already said the other stuff. And that is the flavor of the room. And then you could keep talking all you want, but I need you to open your ears. If you're in a position to say something to your grandmother she's standing over her shoulder and sees it, you have lost the battle. If you don't know, it's just like I tell everybody when you're stopped by a police officer for a ticket. You are not going to win that ticket on the road. There is one boss on the road. And it's the same with her, because you're under her plan. So you just make nice, and then you don't end up with a canceled phone and all this anger and a lawsuit. All right, let's talk about your counterclaim against her. $5,000 for child support from a woman who's not your mother. What's going on with that?
My father owed me child support ever since I was young. He never paid it, not one time.
So why doesn't your mother go to court and force your father to pay it?
Because I was told that she cut me off from further getting child support from my father.
He can't cut you off. That's a judge who can cut you off. And a judge can't cut you off. And you're not owed child support once you're 18. So I'm not even sure what you're saying, but on what legal obligation would she, who is not your parent, be under to pay child support, period, even if you were 3 years old? You think that a judge could order her to pay child support?
She's married to my father.
So, yeah, I know that part. I'm just wondering why you think that a stepmom would be obligated to pay child support. People that got to pay child support are the people who brought you into the world. Those are the people, right? Okay, you know that though. Okay, all right, so your counterclaim's $0. And now, why did you amend your lawsuit this morning to be $80 July, $80 August, $80 September?
I got fired from my job in June, well, the same time.
Okay,
laid
from
off.
Verizon?
Yeah, laid off. I don't have the discount anymore, so everybody's bill went up to 80.
But I don't see that in here. I'm looking at your bills. I don't see them going up to 80.
Everything else changed, so I don't get the discount on the
I'm sorry,
data
I need
plan.
proof of what you're saying.
Oh.
Where's your proof that it went up to 80?
I wouldn't even have that because I don't have that.
Well, not only do you not have it, it's made up because I'm looking at the bill, and it says it's the same bill that it always was. It never turned to 80. So why are you saying that? Either way, you're a foolish girl. You really are, because none of this would have happened if you had just either stuck to the plan or at least been a little more humble about the fact that you weren't sticking to it. You don't have to grovel, but at least don't be rude. The appropriate measure of damages would be what I have in the bills in front of me, which is the agreed $63 that weren't paid in June, July, or August. That's $189, plus the payoff amount to quit it, which is right in front of my face, which is $406.20, which is a total of $595.20. On your counterclaim against her for child support, $0. On her claim against you to pay up what you're supposed to pay, $595.20. Verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
Well, the plaintiff does prevail, and Nija Elliott is coming out of the courtroom. You just were ordered to pay $595 to your stepmother. What do you think about that?
I don't really have nothing to say.
They're no longer family, right? Not for you.
Never was.
Okay. Well, you got to give her the money. Okay. All right. Here comes the plaintiff, Christina Elliott. All right, so you get $500 and some, not the $800. What about the relationship between her? Is there no relationship at all? I gather none,
Yeah,
right?
it really has never been good, so.
All right. Sorry about that.
All right.
Thank you very much. You must find a few documents. Harvey?
Doug, you're crazy to put a phone in your name unless you're willing to just eat the amount of money that it's going to cost you in the end.